not that complicated, but I can appreciate that for someone who doesn't do this on a daily basis, that kind of parsing that out can be difficult.
Yeah, I guess it's maybe we're overdue for our periodic refresher on this topic for whatever new listeners we've accumulated since the last time we discussed this topic. A lipid is just a fancy chemistry term for a particular kind of fatty molecule that doesn't really dissolve in water. And so any kind of lipid, what we'll call species, which there's a whole bunch of different lipids that we have in our body and our blood that have a variety of biological functions. If they can't dissolve in water, since we're mostly water, they need to get carried around on carrier proteins, and we call these lipoproteins. And these lipoproteins are classified based on their density, and their density is determined by their cargo, what kind of things they carry, how much protein, how much lipid, et cetera. And so that's where you hear terms like high density lipoprotein or HDL. That's one of the measurements that you'll see on the lipid panels, that HDL cholesterol measurement, or low density lipoprotein, an LDL cholesterol measurement. And there's all sorts of other lipoproteins and subspecies that all carry all sorts of different things around our body. And so the lipoproteins are the things that we really tend to care the most about from a clinical standpoint, but they're not the same thing as cholesterol itself. Cholesterol is one of the things that can be carried on these lipoproteins, and it can get problematic when a lipoprotein like an LDL lipoprotein, which tend to be quite tiny and tend to hang around in our bloodstream for a while, when those tiny lipoproteins get into the walls of our blood vessels and deposit their cargo, and that can lead to an inflammatory immune kind of reaction that can progressively over time lead to the development of plaque, which can then lead to downstream consequences depending on where it is in the body. The blood vessels of your brain, your heart, your legs, your kidneys, et cetera, can all lead to different types of consequences.